Well, welcome to our channel Mispronounced Adventures. My name's Alex and welcome to Arctic Season Round 4.
Which is going to be
That could have gone better. I'm in a ditch. And welcome to Deep in the Arctic Circle.
Turn right onto Repafter Lane. For about 16 miles, continue straight on.
The road to Hammerfest. Well, that was a fun little evening last night. Little convoy of ridiculous people who want to hang out in blizzards. So I've got a work call in about 25 minutes. Do that, and then plan to Hammerfest. And what we're doing in Hammerfest?
Going to the Polar Bear Society?
Yeah.
And becoming members.
Oh my god, we're about to be blinded.
We are.
Oh god. Yes, we are going to do a very touristy thing that I wanted to tick off for a long time, which is join the Royal and Ancient Polar Bear Society.
And you can only do it in person, so that's why it's so special.
Only do it in person. So let's get the road. Yep, we have a bridge, therefore Joe is in bridge mode. Thank you, Mike. This woman loves bridge. And again, we will get to Hammerfest, I'm sure.
Continue Victor Stalliger Tunnel.
Tunnel convoy.
For about 16 miles, continue straight on.
That convoy's got no back window. Someone managed to crash into the convoy car. This is good effort.
It was so smooth. It's busted.
Ain't got no window.
I'm thinking, oh good, they're coming past now, won't be too much longer to wait.
Final approach to Hammerfest is looking rather snowy today. We've got to get back as well. And Hammerfest. Never mind, no it's not.
I think it's Hammerfest.
Oh.
Okay, let's try that again.
We have arrived in Hammerfest. Is that good or bad?
I know. It's
Follow me to the parking.
Yeah, just follow it. Yeah, follow it over and then we can just find somewhere.
Oh, angry lady. I had to park next to the size of the MAN TGE I wanted. I don't think it looks that much bigger. It's definitely shorter. That's the VW version anyway. Same bull bar. It's not very pleasant in Hammerfest today. It's a bit awful. It's Hammerfest City Hall.
Polar Bear Bottoms.
Polar Bear Bottoms. Well, we made it to the viewpoint overlooking Hammerfest. A very miserable day. Oh man, I think the cafe's closed. So, Hammerfest, along with Varu, which I was at a couple of years ago, at 70 degrees north, is apparently the most northerly town in the world. But having been to Longyearbyen in Svalbard earlier in this trip, which is 78 degrees north, how can they both be true? Or is Longyearbyen a village or something? If anyone knows the answer of how Hammerfest can be the most northern in the world, yet there are places more north, please do tell me. Or are they just lying? Right, back in the high street. Next goal now is to go join the Royal and Ancient Polar Bear Society. Oh god, it's somewhere. Ooh. They've even got polar bears on their fire hydrants. Well, they all love using this. This is the northernmost Catholic church in the world. That's pretty cool. So we found it. We found it.
And the Society's museum itself has a variety of bits and bobs linking back to and showing Arctic exploration and the history of it.
Wow. Whale bones are huge. A narwhal. Ah yes, Camels are well known for his parts of the world. Teeth.
And in recent years, the location of the Society's museum has moved. It's now part of and combined with the local tourism office.
Well, it seems to join the Polar Bear Club. It's based on iPads and a tablet.
How much is 420 NOK? That's like 30 quid.
They're making a money-making racket. Okay, send. What's next? Oh, there we go. You're welcome to the membership is rented. Please refer to the counter and the physical card and diploma. Press the house button to return. Okay.
And after we'd hand over our 402 NOK each to the reception staff, we were fully fledged members with our certificate, ID badge, stickers and a pin badge. All that was left to do was pose for the photos. Might be seen as a bit of a tourist activity, but who cares, it's fun. So, I've paid my 420 Norwegian krona. Question, as that's joining a society and governing body, does that count on my HMRC as an expense? And Joe's second favourite thing next to bridges is not me, it's churches. But to be fair, the Nordics does have some wonderful different churches to look at from an architectural point of view. Right, and for me, back to the van. Now we're going to drive a little bit further south for a few hours, I think. So we'll catch up then. Well, we had to go stop and see the polar bear. I don't know if I think that's a bit bigger than life size. Well, Joe has seen the same bridge again, but this time at night. She does like bridges. Whilst we were driving, we quickly popped back to the park up we'd used the night before the storm, as Fraser and Tracy were still there, just to say hello before we drove on. Well, Fraser and Tracy are still at this park up, but we're going to carry on to Alta. I completely messed in my head in that corner. The road was going right, but the wind was, and I was turning right, but the wind was to the left. It was very visually confusing for my head. Stay on the road.
The lights coming down the hill.
Hazard.
It's not very nice getting past that.
Hazard.
I think this particular stretch of road between Aldersfjord and Alta has always been like this. Every time I've driven it, it's been poor visibility and windy and snowy.
Drive heading towards Alta. Alex is just trying to keep his van on the road, I think.
We've made it to Alta, and what we're going to go see, Joe?
Cathedral.
I'll hopefully going to say church, so I could correct it and say it was a cathedral. But no, we're going to go see what cathedral is this?
The Northern, I can't remember, the Arctic
Cathedral.
Cathedral? It's got a Northern Lights display in exhibition, I think. I got it wrong.
This is a cathedral which I think every time I've been to Alta, I thought I'll go in and check it out because it's got quite a cheap entry and it's got very obscure short opening hours for public. So we're actually going to try and go tomorrow, 2 hours per day. But we'll have it, look at it all at night.
It's like a church and a cathedral.
Well, welcome to this episode's sponsor, Saley. And I've swapped the cold of the Arctic for the primary rainforest of Borneo, where I'm currently working. This episode is brought to you by Saley, which is an eSIM company by the makers of NordVPN. For me, working in environments like this, one of the key things is connectivity. If I'm truly somewhere really remote, I use something like this, satellite communications, because I need to contact my operations room and if there was a medical emergency with clients, but 99% of the time, just this is enough, my smartphone. Even now, I've got almost 4 bars of 4G, especially the areas I'm going to be taking clients to. 4G signal is pretty abundant, and one of the most important parts for me is accessing it. Normally when I arrive in country, I have to queue up at an airport or a street vendor, hand over my passport, register for a SIM card, and find places to buy data. With Saley, I can just open the app before I leave, click on the country or the region I want to go to, and buy some data, and it's ready to go when I get there. And how does it work? Download the app from the App Store, open it, log in, install the eSIM, and then browse up to 200 different countries to pick from, or even regions if you go into multiple countries in one destination. And you're good to go. It's also a global eSIM, so I don't need to swap eSIMs every time I go to a new destination. I just go into the app and buy some new data. And, well, whilst I use it for my professional work, you can use it for your personal travel as well. So if you are interested, go onto your App Store and download the Saley app, or use this QR code. Once you're on there, select the data package for the country you're going to or are already in. Use my discount code, Mispronounced, to get you 15% off. Install the eSIM, and there you go. I'm going to go swap the humid jungles of Borneo back for the cold of the Arctic. See ya. Right, so much has melted of this car park overnight. It is a lovely 6 degrees in Alta. So today's plan, go see, it's not called the Arctic Church, I did it at the cathedral. What is it called?
The Northern Lights Cathedral.
The Northern Lights Cathedral. We're going to go finally visit that. First, we're going to go find a coffee. In there somewhere. Right, finally, I might get in it this year. We didn't know that the cathedral had other uses as well for its main central area. And whilst we were there at our time, there happened to be some musicians rehearsing for a show later on in the week. So we sat and enjoyed that. And after looking round the main hall, it was time to see one of the other things the cathedral's known for. Its Northern Lights exhibition downstairs. And the exhibit had plenty of information about the Northern Lights, from the folklore surrounding it with the Sami people, to the history and original scientific studies surrounding it, but this was my favourite part.
It's a super interesting exhibit about the Northern Lights, but going to be the first known photograph of the Northern Lights. It's incredible.
After the exhibit, it was time to leave, and whilst studying one type of atmospheric phenomenon, we were greeted by another, polar clouds. Nice little day in Alta done. Time to head down the coast to, well, make our way back towards Tromsø, where Joe's flight is in 2 days. The chronicles of Joe and her love of bridges. It's raining and she's still gonna get her bridge. Commenters, can you name this bridge? Post below. You can even see her on the thermal camera. And the little bridge in the background as well. Good bridge?
Yeah.
This is rain and it's rather horrible. And for the rest of the evening we drove along the snowy and dark Norwegian coast without being able to take on the sights until the following morning. Well, a bit of a service stop into a campsite last night, and a little bit of snow, and a not bad view of the fjords. Oh, there's a wild Joe.
Hi.
Hi. Today's plan, Joe's got an itinerary once again, things we can go visit, and make our way down towards Tromsø. Right, time to leave the campsite. Yeah, it's got reverse out of it. Normally the days start me going forwards, not backwards. We're driving down that road all day. Oh, not even an ounce of slip on that. No, that's nice. Anything that way?
No, you're good.
Right, first bit of the day on Joe's itinerary, viewpoint overlooking the fjord we were looking at earlier. Oh, the snow is quite deep, I'm going to stand on a bench. On to the next destination. At the usual place for my van, add blue pump, because this thing absolutely drinks it.
Joe's out of the vehicle. What is it? Oh, it's a bridge. It's a bridge. What are you, sir? You're a shag or a cormorant? Well, there's not going to be much views today of the Norwegian coast. Heavy snow.
Proceed to the right. Proceed to the right. Proceed to the right. Proceed to the right.
Next stop, viewpoint. Joe's over there somewhere looking at the view, or attempting to find a view. Did you see the view, Joe? Like a blank sheet of paper. Excellent. Next bit of sightseeing today. These things. What are they, Joe?
Things.
Excellent. You'll be a tour guide yet.
I'm going to go in, sorry.
Scenic as fuck.
Alex, are you filming?
Yeah.
Oh, Alex, I thought you were taking a photo.
It looks good. It's quite nice with the snow falling through the middle, isn't it? Right, back to the van then. I'm impressed at how well the van did in this deep snow in this car park, actually. You know what time it is? Bridge time. Well, it's not bluebird days, that's for sure. But I still think it's beautiful. Well, that answers the question. What is taller, Joe or a snowplow marker? Well, the first thing of the day actually looks like a view.
And with multiple Joe opportunities ticked off to the day, time for some of mine.
Well, we popped in for a brew in a very popular cafe called
Bios Cafe.
Bios Cafe, which seems to be recommended quite a lot here, and it is quite nice. But it was almost blue skies when we walked over here, and it's a little bit less now, considerably less. Right, I can't see the bridge, but there's a bridge over there, and I believe Joe is running to it. There she is, running back from this bridge.
Next stop on Joe's itinerary for the day, she found a World War II coastal fortification for us to explore. This fort was built by the Germans during their occupation of this part of northern Norway.
Popped by a Norwegian coastal fort. What did you find?
Whilst the first one was just a small passage, there were plenty more to see.
Fun little explore. This one looks like it saw a better day. I was right, this one was blown up, or for some reason or other. That is a big door. Or hatch. Right, onwards to the next one. I wonder if we can get in this one. Is there an entrance?
Joe was saying something about me being the only one with a torch and I should stop leaving her in underground dark bunkers at night and wait for her.
Yes, come on. There's another one over there to look at. Cool. Right, little excursion done. Back to the van to carry on. Well, it's certainly a significant change from the snowy weather from last night. Well, today's goal, pack up here and get back to Tromsø. It's about an hour or so's drive that way, I think. Because Jo has got her flight back to the UK. And then it's me for a couple more weeks before I head back to the UK. So, well, let's go have a little explore of this town and then get on with it. I'm Jo and I'm a social media influencer. Oh, wait, I am as well. Fuck. Oh, well, looks pretty though. Jo's pretty good herself as well. Oh, that scenery is. Scenery is rather lovely in this part of Norway. Actually, I think it's all Norway's coast lovely like this.
It's just not snowy.
It's pretty snowy, it's just not snowy. Border off to Finland on the left, which I'll probably be taking tomorrow. On the bridge stream, there's a bridge over there in the trees. Jerry's wandered off somewhere to go find the bridge. I have no idea where I am. There's a wild Joe in her habitat. Wanting to go photograph a bridge, or from a bridge really in this case.
And on to the next location.
Joe and I have decided, whilst we're in Norway, we're going to try out swinging. That sort of swing, yeah. Well, at least that's the sort I'm going to show on camera. Joe?
Yes.
I think we should encourage more public adult swinging.
I agree, Alex, I agree. What are you doing? Why does he swing like that? Why does this boy not do anything normally? Hey Alex.
Hi!
You look like you're doing some kind of acro yoga.
And with that out of my system, now all the left to do was the drive back to Tromsø.
Well, we're back at Tromsø, so Joe can get a final bridge photo. And also get a look at the famous Arctic church. I don't know the name of the churches anymore. Arctic Cathedral. That's not bad though. We just thought we'd come on the other side of the cathedral, and there were snow moulded ducks. Oh, and hearts everywhere. A bit odd, but cool.
We headed to a popular viewpoint so Jo could get her last bridge picture of the trip.
Dinner had in Tromsø. Jo is just finishing packing her bags up and she's on a flight home. As I'm a well-known romantic, I'm going to chuck her in a taxi opposed to driving all the way to the airport, paying for the parking and driving all the way back again. That and it would be, yeah, it's far easier for a taxi if I'm honest. I would if it was easier. Right, and that's Jo gone. Back me on my own for the rest of the trip. Sad to go, but great that she was able to stay for almost another week. Actually booked a flexi ticket, which costed like £3 extra, and they were able to change it to the same flight just a week later for no extra cost. So that was nice. But right, I'm going to go back to the van and head over that bridge.
And we're going to end the episode here. And thank you very much for joining me. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel and checking out some of the other Arctic series. Or other ways you can help support the channel, or look at some of the links in the description below. I work for Roma, which is a UK lithium battery company, and I do their system designs, where I help customers design the electrical systems for their camper vans, and that's a bookable service you can find out about in the description below. Plus, I also use their batteries in my van. I'm also a brand ambassador for Autoterm, and I've reviewed many of their diesel heaters and hot water heaters, and a bunch of other links like Amazon and so on, but really, I just want to make content for you guys to enjoy. So, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.